What up? This is George Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219. Stand up.
Stand up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? More take.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? This man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trick or Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy, Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Shy, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Ladina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV. That's what it is. It's television at its finest. Let me start off by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Welcome to the show. Hey, I want to start off, man. You know, man, I'm telling you guys, love on everybody. This is Relationship Day, by the way, but love on everybody, man. I just got news that a friend of mine died today. Well, died Sunday, actually. I'm just now knowing about it. But had cancer. I thought that they had told me that they were in remission, but it happened. But, prayers for the family. Man, it's rough, man. It is rough out there. We just got to live our lives and keep each other lifted, man. Love each other. I hate hearing about stuff like that, man, but it's reality, man. Some people said a long time ago, you know, when we're born to die. We're born to live, all right? Live our best lives. And at some point, you know, when it's our time, we're going to go. But right now, just live your best life. Look at opportunities, take those opportunities, and close those doors behind you. All right. Anyway, having said all of that, this is Relationship Day. We're going to talk about relationships. They got some good questions today. We're going to start it off, okay? Everybody say what's up to Jeannie Gatson. I'm going to let you keep on being mute. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm so sorry to hear about your friend.
Yeah, it's all good. It happens.
But it's Tuesday.
Tuesday. When is it going to be Thursday?
Tomorrow.
Or Thursday?
The day after.
You know, I'm just saying.
In 5 days.
5 days. I can't wait. Can't wait. A lot of good stuff going on, though, for real, okay? I'm just not getting any sleep. Y'all know why. I'll talk about it some other time, okay? Everybody say what's up to Kevin McLemore.
Hey.
What's Mac,
up?
K-Mac.
How you doing? My condolences to you and your friend's family. Sorry to hear about your loss.
Yeah, man. It was actually this lady I used to mess with, man. This cancer took her away, man. Oh, my goodness.
I hate cancer.
I appreciate you guys. Everybody say what's at the movie.
What's going on, people?
Hey, Mo.
What's going on, Moby?
What's happening?
Little green man.
You know, at the green.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm finna take care of that right now. I'm going to Kevin's house.
Everybody say what's up to Marcella.
He's a brick.
Hey, Marcy.
House.
Hey.
All right, Miss Doubtfire.
What happened to Miss Doubtfire?
Miss Doubtfire.
She moved
What happened to her?
She moved on up into the big house.
I'm gonna let see. I'm not saying anything. I ain't saying anything.
She brought it up.
But y'all can keep on if you want.
Right. She did bring it up.
It was funny to me when I noticed that. So
it was funny once you brought it to my attention.
And it's still funny.
But you know that when you say stuff like that, it's gonna go on, just like Gina and her 600. All right.
I'm good.
It's gonna keep going on. So.
She's still there though.
Hey Gina, by the way, when we get to Vegas, dinner's on me. I got to pay my debt.
Awesome.
Oh.
Hell's Kitchen, here we come.
All right.
She said,
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. So yeah,
Which
welcome
side
to
of the menu though?
Oh, the
That was
600
Greg.
side.
Look, that was Greg.
Let's get that
no.
straight, right?
No, we ain't gonna do that because I'm not gonna get that call again, Gina. We ain't gonna do that. All right? We are not doing that right
I
now.
feel myself.
I'm gonna let it roll out like that. Shout out to all the supportive brothers out there that supporting their women. It's a good thing, all right. But there are some that are not.
Oh yeah.
Okay, supporting their women. Let me play this really quick video, okay? Because this is how you need to let them. How you know you need to let them go. This is very short. Okay? Y'all check this out. Steven speaks.
Question is, how do you let him go when you love him as much as you hate him for the hurt that he's caused you?
Yikes. That's poetic. She said bars. All right. One, you recognize the fact that he can't love you the way that you need to be loved. All right? And no matter how much you want to love him and try to love him, nothing's going to change that. If anything, holding on to him lessens the chance that he's going to get his act together. Because you are benefiting him and he doesn't suffer any consequences for his unhealthy behavior. So even if you believe he can be the man for you, if you love him that much, let him go. And if he doesn't tighten up, if your absence is not enough to motivate him, your presence never will.
I thought I would start it off like that.
Wow, that was.
But is that true though?
Marcel, you okay?
I'm good.
Do you need to let? Do you need to? If you love somebody, do you need to let them go? I mean, that's what he said.
Okay, let me put it this way. If he's not treating you properly and you're getting disrespected, he's not being honest and things of that nature, I truly believe that possibly, yeah, you need to leave. Because then that becomes a toxic, or it is a toxic relationship. Because then they're teaching you how to treat them.
Yep.
How to treat you. And it's going to continue, like you said.
And you cannot make anybody love you.
Right.
No matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't apply across the board. Like, you don't have to let everybody go. I hope that's not what he's saying.
Yeah, you talk about toxicity in relationships.
Oh, definitely.
I think
you have to make sure that when you are in a relationship, it's just like your bank account. If you're not adding or depositing into that bank account, then you're making withdrawals. And at the end of the day, if there's more withdrawals than deposit, then someone is left in debt. And if you're in an emotional debted relationship, you're in a relationship by yourself. So, sometimes until your partner, be it he or she, gets their act together, sometimes that distance makes the heart grow fonder, or that distance allows your heart to be open to someone else that's going to appreciate it.
Know your worth. We say that all the time.
Yeah, I'm with Gina though. Does that always mean that you gotta let them go?
No,
toxicity.
Some people you got to put the work into, and some people are not in the time and space. But you have to remember, if you're losing sleep over it and it's not making life better, and you're stressing over it, maybe time to give you some space. And men, we feel that way too.
And if it depends on the time, how long you've been in that relationship as well.
Yeah, you got to make sure it's not a holiday or birthday before you let them go.
Cuffing season.
Did you hear that, Mr. Greg?
Y'all forget about that cuffing season.
I was gonna say the cuffing season.
It's over, right?
Huh?
Isn't it over?
No. Hells to the yes. Hells to the yes.
It's after Valentine's Day?
Man, it's done. It's right before Valentine's Day. Right before she served a purpose.
Lord have mercy.
Wow. Whoa.
Hey, you know something? You got to respect the man when he's honest about his feelings. Okay? Because one day his feelings would have to be honored by someone else with much higher purpose, and that tune will change.
Boy, people, man.
No, there's a woman out there to make you sing tenor when you're a baritone.
I'm sorry.
Oh my.
I'm sorry. That ain't gonna happen.
Toes do like this.
Oh, not just curled, they're clenched, huh?
Go ahead, Philip Bailey. Hit that note.
Oh my goodness! And we're just starting the show.
Oh, you thought he was singing "Reasons for a Reason"?
You feel it.
I'm just letting y'all go on. You know?
Yeah, look at Greg's face.
I got a lot to say, but I ain't gonna say it. Let it
What? You tight-lipped?
go. I'm tired.
Tired. T-I-D.
Pat.
Look,
I'm Pat.
there was a question you guys put on here. You know, we always look at the questions, people. And, you know, we get questions from you. We get questions internally as well. Here's a question. What's something that's non-sexual that turns you on?
Food.
Ooh,
Brain.
A stimulating conversation. Intelligent conversation.
Yes.
Y'all,
We.
y'all
Okay. Hold up, Greg. Look. Tell us, brother.
Go ahead, Greg.
Give it to us from your mind.
Unfortunately, I'm with Gina. You know, look, if you can.
Wait, why did you say unfortunately?
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, after something.
Right, because he's not 100% committed to what he's about to say.
Well, she's not, because Gina, you're not gonna want to be on my team on this one anyway. But
let's see.
If you can, and we don't censor anything here on DopelivenTV Live, so I'll say the words. Look, if you can fuck my mind, you got me. You got me.
I'm gonna tell you, it's nothing like having a conversation with a handsome guy and he sounds stupid as hell. It's like all that just went out the window.
I have to agree, and it works that way for a woman too.
Yeah.
That should go both ways, probably. Yeah.
It does go both ways.
Yeah,
because
it's actually nice until you have to talk to it.
It.
Her.
He did say it.
He
or
did.
It has to say
Yeah.
something, right, Kim? Or it has to say something.
Yes, yeah. Don't talk. Just
be cute.
Don't talk.
But you know what? You guys can do that. You can get past the not talking. Most women can't. Like once that stupidness come out their mouth, we're done.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've seen many of you guys go to see Chippendale show, and that just drops altogether.
Yeah.
You'll take stupid all day long over a 6-pack.
I can't.
Hey, I've seen it. Yeah.
I can't.
Hey, Greg.
Look, I'm y'all. Look, ladies, I'm gonna put y'all in the same row. Y'all got to be honest now. Come on. You know good and well, Gina, if the man's talking, if he looking good and he got that 6-pack and he say something like, man, this guy is really blue, you gonna be with him. Come on, girl.
I'm gonna see a mole on his forehead, okay?
There it is.
Great.
Yeah,
They'll
make a pay a light
teach
bill.
him how to be hooked on phonics. Read this, baby. Come on, just say 2 words. Oh my gosh, she said hello. Gotcha.
I'm just happy I got an intelligent, handsome man. He's a whole package.
Yes.
Because there's some out here that you gotta. If you just gonna settle, you settling for either the looks or you settling for the brain.
Ladies, call Tyrone.
Believe it or not, sometimes you just settle for the season. Isn't that right, Gigi?
I'm telling you, cuffing season. And for those that don't know what cuffing season is, let me tell you what cuffing season is. Okay. You're laughing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I weigh what 198, 200 pounds, right? You get you 270, 300-pound girl. You start off in October, you get her, and
say October. He got a date.
You take her out once. You take her out once, wine and dine her, and then you
So you save on your electric bill for the rest of the winter.
You stay at the crib. You stay at her crib. You stay at her crib. All right, for that time, tell NIPSCO or whatever place you live at, y'all. I'm cutting it off for about 3-4 months. All right, and then you chill with her. She cooking. You ain't, even if her heat is off, man. You get up under one of them wings. All right, and dude, you stay warm. You stay warm. Okay, then you get her the Christmas gift, and you know Happy New Year. Hey. Okay, but then you get January comes in. You start arguing. Girl, did you go to the grocery store? You know I did. Okay, but you didn't.
Shirley.
You didn't get what I asked you to get. I'm sorry. That's okay. Don't worry about it. You start making arguments to get mad. Okay. February come around. February the 1st. You looking like, Valentine's Day coming up.
You need to cut it out, boy. You need
to
cut it out.
All right, because I'm not buying no Valentine gift, right? So Valentine, you look, okay, girl. Why is the left side of the car lower than the right side? I done told you, girl. Distribute all of that stuff when you get in the car. Distribute. My shock's all messed up on the left hand side. You can't do that in the BMW. All right. So she said, "I'm sorry." Okay. So February the 13th come. She didn't got the.
You dating Kermit?
No, that sounds like Big Shirley.
It sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
She got she got all of her Victoria's secretions. She got all that stuff just ready. She got it all ready.
I'm disgusted, really.
She went.
I'll be back.
Big girl section. She got all the Victoria's Secret.
I gotta go take a shower.
And she come out February the 13th at 11:59. I just want to be early to wish you a happy Valentine's Day. And you turn around because you asleep. You turn around and you be like, in your mind, you be like, damn, I'm too late. But you don't want to hurt her feelings, so you be like, yeah, happy Valentine's Day to you. Look, I gotta make a run real quick, girl. Get your gift, and you never come back because it's February 14th. All right, it's over. She don't know where you live at though. She never knew where you lived at. Cuffing season. Thank you. That's cuffing season, everybody.
You know, somebody gave us the name for that type of person, right?
What is that?
Hobosexual.
Hobosexual. I forgot all about that one.
Yeah.
Hobosexual.
There's another word for it.
Homosexual.
I'm going to tell you, there's a girl right now watching the show. She's got pen and paper, and she's playing in the background "Summertime" by Will Smith, and she goes, "Watch this." Pretty soon, in the next couple months, Grace will come in and go, "Guys, I got something to tell you. It's June 13th. I'm in love. I'm in love. Okay, I'm in love. Someone got me.
Rasputia got me."
Yeah, she gonna break you. Someone's out there gonna break you. Like, he talk all that. I'll tell you, I'll be there Valentine's Day, day after Valentine's Day, my birthday. He'll be celebrating holidays. He's be making up just to stay with me.
Hey man, look, you know what's sexy to me? A woman's strength. Okay, she survived every challenge that life has thrown at her, and quite. I'm telling you, as a lady, it's been a lot. Okay, she's done her best in every single situation that she's been in. Regardless of what time she is in her life, she's done well, okay, and she knows her weaknesses and worked on them, and she's done better than she's ever been. That kind of woman, when a strong woman, man, who is not strong for me, she's strong for herself. I love that. That's so sexy.
Well, see, we got a new term now. Anytime some man changes his behavior to be with a woman, you got hit with a gray.
Whoa!
Trademark it.
Trademark that. Gray. So I got me a gray.
Hey, let me ask you guys this: do you argue and agree to disagree, or do you come up with solutions? Gina, did you get it? Do you argue and then you agree to disagree, just so the conversation can be over, the argument can be over, or do you come up with a solution for the
If you don't come up with a solution, it's going to come up again.
It repeats itself.
It's definitely going to come up again.
Right.
And why is that, Gina?
Because there's no solution. I mean, the same problem is there. It's lingering.
Okay. And so why does an argument never end?
Yeah.
I know that's chapter 6 in someone's book.
Whose book is that?
Oh, Dating with a Full Deck.
Who wrote that?
A guy, Distinguished Author Guild Award winner, Kevin McLemore.
He won an award?
Yeah, I won an award. Distinguished author. It is not for this book. It's for Sprinkles the True Spirit of Christmas. But the reason why an argument never ends is because someone wants to win.
Listen. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And see what you have to do. You have to come up when you in the very beginning of your relationship, when your man is trainable and the woman is open for a conversation that will make the relationship work. Yeah, a man's trainable. You got to train your dragon. All right, because we're all
He
men.
said, train your dragon.
Yeah, you gotta train us. We come in kicking and screaming. Okay, we want our freedom. We want to keep our freedom, but we like being around you because you're nice to us and all that other good stuff. But you got to have
all that other good stuff.
All the other good stuff. You got to have a conversation early on in the relationship. How do you resolve problems? You know, I know for me, if you hold on to a conversation that has no end to it, that's a relationship I don't see a future in. My father always says, you know, and I've said this before. I don't know if I can say this on air.
Yeah, man, say it.
He says if you're going to argue, he says argue naked, and he says if she is still mad, go sleep on the couch because you can't win.
Hold on. I want to get back to that. Get back to this argument, but hold on. Let me strip real quick. Strip. Let's strip real quick. Okay.
Right. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Still pissed at you.
But you have to ask anytime that you argue with your spouse, are you arguing in the present? Or are you arguing for something that you have not resolved in that relationship? Okay. Because if you're arguing about the toilet stool being left up, if you turn on the light, if you're arguing about the toothpaste, you know, the cap not being on or whatever, wipe it off, put it on. If you're arguing about her 90s being thrown over the bathtub instead of being put in the hamper, pick it up. It ain't worth it. You know, if you're arguing about something that's controllable, that takes away from your relationship, it's not worth arguing about. It's just simple. I mean, if you're arguing about who does what and whatever, quit keeping score. Because at the end of the day, as long as you guys together, everyone wins.
And you know, something about the solutions, arguing and then trying to come to some type of solution. A lot of times when people argue, it could be about something that's happening today and happening now. But if you don't resolve something from a previous argument in the past, a lot of people have a tendency to keep bringing that past back up. And it's like, you know, it's just going to keep on festering.
Well, let me give you some food for thought when the next time you argue. All right. And this happened in a real life situation. A father and son had a disagreement. All right. The father told the son he never wanted to see him again. The son took off in his little 74 Camaro, drove off and a block away, ran into a pole, and he never saw him again. All right. You have to realize that the argument, if you lose your partner and the last conversation you had was based on hate or I never, okay, you have to live with that. Most of the stuff we argue about is not really worth it. I mean, you think about it. Why are we fighting? A lot of times we're just tired. A lot of times we're frustrated. A lot of times our partner's not listening to us. You know, and a lot of times just say, look, I don't want you to fix it. I just want you to hear me out. All right. And that's where you got to decide early on in your relationship, how do you deal with resolutions? How do we fix it? If you go on 3 or 4 days and you're holding on to something, you're going to lose your partner because there's going to be someone else that says, you know, baby, it's all right. We're just going to fix it. It ain't worth it. And it's going to be easier for that person to park beside their house than it is to pull into your driveway and have to listen to your crap. Vice versa, male or female.
That's something that they go through with premarital counseling. about resolutions and how do you resolve different issues, and that's something that's really good.
People do that. People go to pre-marital counseling.
Some, yeah, a lot of people. Some, if you're gonna get married in a church, some pastors won't even marry you unless you go through premarital counseling.
Yeah,
Some
most pastors won't. But Robert and I went to counseling, and we're not even married yet. I mean, we just, any differences that we had, we wanted to get on the same page with it. So we decided to go, and we're not married.
When you get married?
Go ahead, Kevin.
June 2023.
All right. Well, then this time next year, after June 2024, let's have this conversation.
Okay.
And you know what? I truly believe that the counseling, premarital counseling, is really good, because I do know a couple of people that went through the premarital counseling.
I don't.
And then cut off, decided not to get married, because there were some resolutions. Like, pardon me?
No, go ahead.
There were like resolutions, like there were really no role models. There were no role models for them growing up as far as being in a true loving, healthy relationship. The resolutions, there were some things that they were baggage they were bringing in that they couldn't resolve, and they were trying to put it on the new partner. And there's just a lot of things that you learn about yourself. And and things you can, and there are things that you can work out prior.
But you also find out about things about your partner too, because there are some things that you may not even be able to resolve, even if you love that person. There may be differences with religion that there's going to be clashes with. So you have to decide whether or not you're willing to deal with that. Sometimes it's race, where it's interracial couples. There's things that you're going to have to deal with, throughout that whole relationship that you have to be ready to deal with.
So you're going to pay somebody. You're going to pay somebody to tell you how to be in a relationship.
No, it's more of like you really basically getting to know that person a little bit more.
Okay,
like they talk about like your childhood, even your birth position. Because there's some conflicts with if you were the firstborn and someone's the baby, there are some conflicts there.
It's a big difference.
There are some conflicts, even from just that, and things that you may be dealing with internally that you're not talking about, or maybe even held them in and grew up with some things that you can get out and talk about, because it could cause you to argue and you're not knowing why you're constantly arguing about something, and it's something that sometimes you don't know.
Yeah, but here's my thing, and I can appreciate what you guys are saying, but my thing is this: if you two can't work it out, why would you bring somebody you don't know into the situation and talk about your personal stuff to someone else who doesn't know you, who don't know anything about your person, the situation, doesn't know anything about you? I'm not inviting someone else into my relationship.
But you're missing the whole point, though, Greg. It's not about your personal stuff. Right. It's really not about that. It's about yourself.
You're telling them, well, she doesn't do this and she doesn't do that.
No, and that's not how it went.
He doesn't do that.
No,
makes me feel this
that's
way.
not how it goes. That's not how it went.
From what I'm told, it's not like that where you're spilling out all of your business to someone. It's more so where questions are being asked to the couple.
Ask each other anyway.
And let me ask you a question.
You don't always know these questions.
How many people in this panel has been through marital counseling?
I have.
But I haven't been through, but I've talked to a lot of people.
Okay, if you hadn't been through it, the conversation doesn't exist because you have no experience.
No, okay, that's not necessarily true, because I talk, and that's just like saying because I'm single, I cannot talk to anybody who's married. I have been married.
But that's a different That's a different scenario, because you have been married. I don't want somebody who's never been married to come talk to me about marriage.
But let's go back to the counseling.
You can't talk to me about marriage.
Let's talk to some of these people. Back to the counseling. I've talked in depth two people who have gone through counseling, and I'm like, so how is that done? How are the questions? So I do know because they have.
If this was a court of law, the conversation you have right now will be considered hearsay.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be hearsay, but I'm just saying
this is the thing I'm saying, and I agree with Kevin 100% because you have to go through it. And I think me and Robert decided because we wanted to go through it. We wanted our relationship to come closer, and it's not sitting there saying, "Oh, he don't do the laundry and he leave the toothpaste open, and I like for you to squeeze it at the bottom." It's not like that at all.
But my question is, you got to listen to my question completely. Why can't you talk about it with each other?
Because you don't always know. You don't know the questions to ask. You don't always know why certain things are happening.
Greg, believe it or not, you can talk to it. And I'm going to segue back to a book called Dating with the Full Deck. It has 54 cards in there. 52 of them had these conversations on human behavior that will answer most of the questions you will experience in 6 months of being in a relationship. And you'll have those answers within an hour and a half of your first chance meeting. Dating with a Full Deck on Amazon.com.
I've always thought like this. When the pastors took the couples back there and they advised them, that's what it's for. It's advisement. I mean, the pastors actually teach them how to talk to each other and explain themselves, out of situations. And you don't have, it doesn't have to turn into something heated every time you have a disagreement. That's what I got from the pastors meeting.
It's called conflict resolution.
Yeah, I mean, before you had that first conflict, and me and my wife, we talked about having because we were both previously married. Talked about having conflicts, and the thing about the conflicts part is, if it got to the point where it got heated, this is actually a signal for us. We don't need to talk about this now. We're going to agree to disagree, and we're going to walk away from it.
And it also, you also have to have a good counselor too. Because my son went to counseling and he was like, I just spent the whole time apologizing every time we went. And so I didn't go back. So you have to have a good counselor too. And one that's not there to point fingers. It's not about pointing fingers and bringing fault and all of that. I think it brought us closer together. I got to know him a little bit better.
Again, that's what I mean by, a good pastor would know how to, teach you about conflict resolution.
Counseling works if you're open to being counseled.
Oh, exactly.
And you have to be open to it. Yeah, of course. I mean,
and you have to have a good counselor. They're not all good.
Yeah, if your counselor's been divorced, keep going.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I was gonna say,
look at Miss Doubtfire. Go.
That's right.
You just threw two jokers out of that deck.
Greg, you have
he has 44 cards in the deck.
Greg, you have some interesting facial expressions over there. What's going on? Give us
because I would never go to counseling. Okay, but that's just me. That's just me.
That's you.
And
that's a good percentage of the African American male population.
I respect, and never say never. Never. Yeah. I don't know. It could happen. I don't know, but I don't think that it's necessary.
But believe it or not, once you've
if I can't talk,
would you go to counseling for your children, Greg?
No, I don't need counseling for my children. I wouldn't need. Look, my thing is this. I don't like. I'm private. I'm very private. Even though
that's our African American family.
That's our culture.
That's why they're so dysfunctional sometimes.
Or not.
Too much. I went to counseling with my daughter.
Okay.
She had a friend that was shot in the head, and it was devastating to her, and she needed counseling.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. My son, everybody knows how close me and my son have always been. Went to college, met this girl, and forgive me, son, if you're watching. I got to tell this. Some things happened, and the girl broke up, and my son kind of got really a little lost. I'll call it. All right, and a lot of stuff came out. He said some things that I did not understand why he would say those things. So, what did we do? We didn't go to counseling. We sat down. We talked about it. All right.
Again, you have good communication.
I respected the fact that he had a problem with some of the things that I did that just, that he never told me about. And I told him exactly why I did what I did. And he rebutted, and we talked. He didn't bring anybody else in. His mother, nobody else. He didn't bring it. We talked. All right. And it took a moment for us to get back to what it is. Okay, but right now, we're the same as we were when he was coming up, as close as we were when he was coming up. I mean, it works for some people, I guess. You know,
See,
I don't.
You're one of those people that your skills for conflict resolution are sharpened. So iron sharpens steel. Iron sharpens steel.
Well, you know what? Don't give him all that credit. Don't give him all that credit because we don't know deep down how his son is really feeling.
You want me to get him on here right now? He'll tell you.
And, wait a minute, I'm not done. And that may be why there's some issues on your end, on the relationship side.
No, okay. Well, let's get to that then.
Okay. Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just entered the space of Dr. Gina Gaston.
Let's get to that.
The players in the room are Marcel, Amos, Moby, and Kevin McLemore. And today we have in the hot seat, Greg Gray.
I don't think he's in the hot seat.
I'm always good in the hot seat.
Let's talk about this. I want to talk about this because I want people to understand both sides of it. Don't think because you have a conversation and you feel like things are back the way they were that everybody's okay.
Okay, see, and here's the thing. With me, I'll take the responsibility of my part in whatever happened, okay? Because a lot of people, this is why the conflict arises. A lot of people, as Kevin said, they want to win. All right. I'm not interested in winning. I'm interested in resolving. All right. And the first step to resolving is to admit you're wrong.
Acknowledgement. True.
You gotta admit that you're wrong in this. Okay. So in the other part about that is I don't get so emotionally drained or connected to somebody if to make me lose it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm okay, we together, we cool and this and that, all right. But you got me 99%, okay. But that 1% is like, okay, if something happens, I want to make sure that my faculties are correct. I'm going to be cool, and it's not going to devastate me. It's not going to hurt me like that. Will I feel some kind of way? Yeah, I'll feel some kind of way. But understanding that if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and if it's not, let it go. All right, as the man just said, let it go. Let the whole situation go. You can continue to be friends. That's why I'm still friends with everybody I've dated. My ex-wives. I'm friends because it didn't. I am though.
I'm not trying to be.
It's not that I'm trying to be. I didn't burn any bridges. You know, I admitted my guilt in whatever happened. Okay, and that's that. Do I want to ask the questions back and forth? What happened? Why is this? Why is this? No.
But see, what you don't understand though, Greg, is Robert and I didn't go because we were having issues.
Oh, I'm not saying that you guys had issues. I'm not saying anybody. I said I wouldn't go. That's just me. I wouldn't go. I support you guys for whatever you guys do. Period. You want to go there, fine. It's not for me because I know how to. I can. I'm not saying I won't say it like that. I resolve my issues. I don't have problems like that.
Yeah, and I was made to go.
See.
Yeah, and believe it or not, the reason why we stopped going is because the therapist took my side and I didn't think it was fair.
You know, Greg, you said something about you take responsibility for your part and you admit your guilt. Something people need to know, just because you're taking responsibility for your part and if there's a conflict does not mean you're guilty of anything, because normally if there's a conflict it's something that possibly both of them did, like a way you reacted to something. So it's not always something that you're guilty or that you're wrong.
I call it guilty.
No,
if I did something and I'm wrong, I'm guilty, and I know
if you did something wrong.
What you have to understand is when someone comes to you with a problem, the first thing they want you to do is hear what the problem is. They acknowledge that and validate their feelings instead of defending. And what Greg is saying is that he's acknowledging the conversation at hand. He's taking responsibility instead of defending it. And the resolution is based on, since I made you feel this way and whatever, I will make whatever adjustments and I will own that. And the whole thing with a relationship, especially when your partner comes to you, is the first thing is understanding that whatever they're saying or whatever has been done and however they're responding to it is real.
Yeah.
Without you ever having to defend your position. And that's true love.
That's true. Yeah.
It's validating what they feel as well. You know, some people go and they want to, like you said, Kevin, they want to win. So regardless of what you say, they'll rebut with something else that has nothing to do with what you just said, because they're still on the part of I'm right, okay, and you're wrong. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They'll listen so they can hear it. All right. So or comprehend it or digest it. They don't let it in because they want to make their point. All right. I've been there. I've tried to make my point, but then at a certain point, I don't like arguing. So at a certain point, I just let it go, you know, and I'll just say, hey, look, whatever I did to get this started on my part, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. You have a feeling, you have your feelings, and you're strong with that conviction. I respect that. All right. But please respect mine as well.
May I ask a question then?
Go ahead.
If counseling would have saved your marriage, would you have gone?
No.
Okay.
Okay. And I will say this, and this is in my book. My father always said, sorry was an excuse until you did it again. He said the best answer was, I am human. I'm capable of mistake. I will work on doing better. But just remember, I'm human.
Now, I've said that. I'm human. I make mistakes.
Yeah.
But I'm not going
to. And that's all you can do. That's all you can do.
If I've gotten to a point where there's argument and there's discord in my relationship, if her and I can't talk it out, a counselor's not going to make it any better. I'm sorry. It's not going to make it any better for me. It may do it for others, but it's not going to do a thing for me because
counseling only works if both people are invested in the resolution of it.
Like, would you go to a psychiatrist, Gina?
Yeah, if I felt like I needed one, yes.
Would you wear a jacket that wraps around?
I'm not that crazy.
Oh, okay.
You wear a jacket that wraps
tad
around.
bit, but I don't think I'm that far.
Okay, are we through grilling Greg right now?
Yeah, to next round. Let's see if there's something else I need to grill you on.
Greg. We love you, Greg.
But again, you made a good point. It's not for everyone, and everything is not for everyone. What may have helped one couple may not have helped the other. What may have helped one person, it may not be good for the other person. So it has to be in a relationship. It has to be an agreed, situation. If one person is not willing, then it's pointless to go anyway.
And believe it or not, at some point, we all go to some form of informal counseling. As soon as we call, and say, Greg, this happened to me today. Something went wrong or whatever case may be. Or Gina, I need to talk to you. Can you give me some advice? So we all go through some informal counseling. It's just the formal counseling costs you $100 and some odd an hour. The informal counseling is based on that trusted friend that's giving you some advice. It's the same thing. It's just like me calling Miss Doubtfire. So well, how can I help?
She gave good advice in that movie.
But
yeah, she gave great advice.
I've changed my name to I'm Not Going. ... All right.
We're not trying to make you go.
No, I mean, it's something to me that, if you want the help and you want to get married, and that's part of getting married, going to, the preacher's counseling, and you go.
I'm not ashamed of going to counseling. When I had my concussion, my head was all wide up. I went to therapy because I had trouble dealing with me.
I ain't ashamed. I just ain't going.
Okay. All right. Next question, Greg.
Yeah, I'm there already. Woo! Y'all doing good, all right?
We're done.
Back.
Yeah.
All right. Look, one of you guys put up there. Give the other panelists that are on tonight an exotic dancer's name.
Chocolate Sunday.
What'd you say?
I'll post mine here in a second.
I would call myself Yucko.
No, you just said give the other panel, or are we giving our own?
I just said I'm giving mine. There's a bunch of dudes on here. I ain't gonna give them no script name. Marcy already told hers, Miss Doubtfire.
That's not.
That's not
I
your
mean, that right
stripper
there.
name.
That's a soccer mom or
That's
something.
stripper enough. That's stripper enough to me. Doubt.
Yeah. Whatever name you give yourself, don't name it after a car.
Okay. Hey, look, Byron says that therapy is a good thing. It gives you a different perspective on life situations.
Yep.
Yeah.
Handle that business then, bruh.
Hey,
But
Tree.
What would you
Thanks,
call
Byron.
What would you, Maurice? What would you
Yeah.
call Gina?
Gina?
Yeah, 600.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. 600.
600.
600.
Money
Not
bags.
not 100.
Mm-mm.
600.
That's my
600.
that's my
600.
stripper name right there. That's my
Buck.
stripper name right there.
I'm gonna post mine too. Hold on for a second.
My name is Buck.
Buck.
Fella, what would you call Kevin?
I have no clue. Let me think on this. Let me,
She just started blushing. Look at her.
Chippendale.
no, let me see. Put him on the whole screen. Let's look at him.
Like, well, y'all didn't knock Maurice out. What happened?
No, that was me. I started laughing. I clicked the
Hold
wrong
on.
button.
Hold on.
Let's see.
Marcy to examine him.
I have no clue. Let me. The professor.
Let's go with Chocolate Jock.
I would go with the professor.
Wow, the professor and Chocolate Jock.
If you guys only knew.
So what? Now let's get off of this question.
I was gonna call Maurice Trucker.
Mother Trucker.
Doc.
Shut up, Greg.
Big truck. Big
Call
truck.
her Mother Trucker. So what makes you feel most loved when you're in a committed relationship? What's one thing that makes you just feel this man really? He makes me feel so special. This woman makes me feel so special. What's the one thing that makes you feel really loved in a committed relationship?
I know when the world's pressing me down a bit that she's got my back. That's romantic to me. That makes me feel special.
Robert must be there. Where you at, Robert?
He can't hear y'all. I got my headset on.
Wait a minute, look, did you hear how she did that? Okay.
Every time.
Yeah.
You don't even have to touch. You just got to be in the vicinity.
But that's cool, Kev. Knowing that she has your back, that's a good thing. Marcy.
When he makes me feel very protective, and that's part of also knowing that he has my back no matter what, even with my flaws, and he still has my back.
Okay, Byron Patton says no drama. Yes, sir.
Ooh, yes.
Maurice, what about you? Hobo sexy. What's about you?
Homosexual. Homosexual.
That's my stripper name.
Yeah.
Hobo sexy.
Oh, you gave that to yourself, or did Greg?
Greg gave it to him.
Why would Greg give it to him?
I don't know. That's what I was
Wait a minute.
There's a bunch.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Y'all already know that me and my wife is communication and having my back. It's just, being having my
sexy.
Hi, Bella.
Hey.
Hey, Bella. How are you?
Hey, Bella.
Hey, Tree.
That's a beautiful name.
What's that?
Bella.
It's
Bella.
What makes you feel most loved when you're in a committed relationship?
When he's listening.
Ah.
Actively listening.
Okay.
How can you tell if he's actively listening?
Oh, I'm gonna ask I'm gonna go back to a question. It's something I said at the beginning of the conversation. I know if he's listening.
By the way, there will be a test when you're talking to Gina.
All the time.
That's right.
Right? Get your
home
pen
with a
and
600.
paper.
You know what makes me feel most loved when I'm in a committed relationship? Is
January.
February 13th. Yeah, man.
It's when she can basically know what I'm thinking and act on it. And the same thing with me. I can act on what she, without her even having to tell me. We've had a conversation before, and somewhere down the line, it's like, okay, well, Maybe she said, well, yeah, y'all still laughing. She said,
I'm just thinking she's packing her bags February 13th.
Yeah, she already thinking, let me get packed.
She's already thinking.
It's coming.
The 14th,
It's
I'm
coming.
gone.
She already thinking, yeah, I got to get up out of here.
they don't know. See, y'all got the whole thing mixed up. They don't know.
They know now.
But you just said when she knows
in
what
advance.
you're thinking, so she's gonna know what you're thinking.
Bella says, bye, Greg, and muchas gracias, Kevin.
Muchas gracias, señora.
Bella, what? Really?
Did you all realize no one said anything material?
She got the angry face on that. What are you angry about, Bella? Come on now. Let me get on here with that. Man.
Well, you're doing a show, man.
Win. I can't win. That's the thing. But I ain't trying to win. It's all good. Anyway, I mean that's the way I. But that's what makes me feel most love. She can basically know what I'm thinking.
Did he freeze?
No, we're trying to figure out what he's thinking.
He froze.
He froze.
No, he's not frozen.
It's a test.
We already know what he's thinking. I don't want to go to therapy. I'm not going to therapy. And pack your bag.
Yep.
There you go.
Hola.
Sorry. I have no idea what happened.
Anyway, what's the next question?
Y'all there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
You went into the hole.
Someone froze Greg because they were thinking.
Y'all got me in some stuff. Anyway, what we talked about this, I think last time. I ain't in it. I'm good. We talked about this last time, and I don't know if we answered it. What exactly does it's complicated entail?
Oh, we talked about that.
But I don't think we talked about it in depth, did we?
I don't remember that one.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Because I answered.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She knows that.
Oh, so because you answered and talked about it, it's over? Because you answered?
Yep. Because I gave the answer. I don't want to talk about it.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't want to talk about it.
Wow.
Go to therapy.
I don't want to hurt you. I would love to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it because it may hurt your feelings. You may not understand. All right. It's complicated. Okay. I can't stay the night tonight, but I'll see you tomorrow. Why can't you stay tonight? It's complicated.
Because you got the other one over there.
I don't want to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say.
So how come you call me and then 5 minutes later I can't get in touch with you for the rest of the night or the weekend? It's complicated. Fill in the blanks. You know the answer to that.
Y'all funny, man. Y'all really funny tonight. Look, why does marriage define a woman? And does that make a woman? Does that make
I
a
don't
woman?
think it doesn't define a woman.
Ooh, don't get me started with that.
You must have asked Rufus at the corner store that question.
I asked what was in the scroll.
Who wrote that?
I'm not gonna say, but why does marriage define a woman? Does that make us whole? Make women whole? Maybe men should be happy that we want to marry them.
I guess that answers the question.
Byron says complicated might be heading one towards the side piece business.
You said the side piece business.
That's why I said
it's
complicated because there's something in that person's life that is unresolved or unanswered, and you're not ready to hear the truth.
You can't handle it.
But if you buy the book, Dating with the Full Deck, that conversation is also in there within 52 of those cards in there. So it will answer itself. Please we
already been through 5 of them cards already, man.
You're exactly right.
We got to go through all 52.
What, 40? We got 40. Oh, 52?
Yes, 52 cards and 2 jokers.
I'm one of the jokers.
The joker either allows you not to answer.
Let's get back to that question though, because that's a heated question to me. because every time a woman says, "Oh, I'm getting married, y'all. I'm married, y'all," everybody's jumping up and down, happy, clapping. Why? Because we have been taught as young girls for years and years, way back when, that if you are not married, then you are less than a woman.
Gina.
You are a what did they call it?
Gina.
An old maid or
An
something.
old maid.
Something's wrong with you. Something must be wrong with you
And
that you're not married.
It's like when a woman gets proposed to, everybody's just celebrating.
Now,
why aren't you? Why is it? The man should be celebrating that she wants to marry him.
I don't know that they're celebrating just because she's getting married. I think it's because of the union and the love, and that they're going, that they're happy and you're happy for your friends or your family member. Not necessarily just because she's getting
like
married.
Now, someone has chosen you, so you got value now. That's the way it comes off.
No, Gina.
I don't look at it that way at all.
Gina,
that's the way it comes off. That's what, and that's why. So why is it that women get jealous because their friends are married or proposed to, or the women in the office have rings on their finger and they don't? Why?
They ain't real friends if they get pissed off because you get married.
Right, and then
why are women feeling like that though?
Because sometimes it's because they want to be married and things aren't working out for them, and because that's something that they desire.
Right.
They don't have it then. So it's not just with marriage, it's with other things. Like say you can be single and buy your own house, and they're going to be people that are, you got kids and I don't have kids. You bought your own house or you bought you a car and I don't have that. So what Byron say? Marriage is a three-ring circle. You have your
engagement ring, wedding ring, and suffering. Yes, I believe.
You know what? What is my belt? Come on.
I'm
get my belt.
I was laughing at this. I went to a wedding before COVID, and it was the funniest wedding I've ever been to. The groom stood up there for the whole time when the bride was coming down there, and he cried like a baby. He was crying like a baby, and I was like,
"Those happy tears?
Don't do it, man. No, don't do it, man. Don't do it." I kept saying, I kept saying, you don't have to go through it, man. Don't do it. He couldn't. And the funny thing is, he had this long, beautiful sheet of paper with all his vows on there.
Oh, Lord.
And she came out and she read like 2 sentences, and he goes, "What the F, is that it?"
That's what he was getting into, and he knew it.
He knew the reason why he was crying.
That's why he was crying.
That'd have been funny. They'd put me out.
Let's roll back to Gina's comment, because I'm still a little pissed at that. Okay, she talking about we should be happy that somebody chose us.
Right.
Well,
right.
You have to look at
myself. I'm probably a 1 in a billion, but I myself always thought it was, a privilege to have a woman that would want me to have her, to have kids with.
I pretend like I'm asking.
Oh, that's so precious.
Maurice, you haven't eaten dinner yet, have you? Maurice said, "I got to say the right thing just to make sure."
It's a privilege. That's to me.
You have to be honest.
I'm being very honest.
It's very few.
Think about how everyone reacts to it. They react to the woman like they're celebrating her, they're congratulating her. It's like, yeah, you've been chosen.
But you know something? Most women don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see anyone happier than they are. That's the reason why when you dump your boyfriend, the other is consoling your boyfriend.
Look, it's an honor and a privilege to have my black ass. I forget all that, man. Look, Byron says marriage is like a deck of cards. You start out with 2 hearts and a diamond, and if things go wrong, you wish you had a club and a spade.
Byron had a bad marriage. Byron had a bad marriage.
No, Byron got a good.
Wait a minute.
He is a hot mess right there.
Byron had a very bad marriage.
Hey, put that quote up there again. I love that quote.
You should have had that. You should have
trademark that. Put that on the shirt.
Kevin, that's in our comment section.
All right, I love that quote.
Put that a club and a spade.
Hey, Byron and I went to elementary school together, man. I've been knowing this guy forever, man. And I haven't seen him in forever.
Byron's a poet.
Oh my God, Byron,
He's from Roseville, right? I think.
Yeah, he went to Roseville. No, yeah, Roseville.
Yeah, I think.
He says he's actually he has a good marriage. All right, but
wow, okay.
And see what makes his marriage good? He's got a sense of humor.
You gotta have that.
You didn't go to council.
Yeah, you have to have that.
You have to have that, and both of y'all got to be able to absorb some jokes. You got to be able to absorb some stuff.
I guess my jokes wasn't no good then.
Byron's killing you. Byron's killing you, Kevin Hart.
You got the wrong joke.
Oh man, that was too cold, wasn't it?
I got the wrong jokes, but my text messages are telling me different. My jokes working real well right about now. But
Gina, wait till they get you in the bedroom all alone.
Gina, it goes
gonna turn into some crazy stuff.
Byron said his wife is the winner of the husband lottery.
Oh, go on, Ken.
Okay.
Hey, Byron, that's because I wasn't in the lottery, bro. It's all good, though. Love you, man.
He got a lot of confidence too.
Sure, but Gina, it's more of an honor for you guys to have us, because you are getting, if you get the right one, you got to provide it. You got the best lover in the world. You got you got your king. All right. See, king is first, then the queen. Understand? You got the hierarchy. King, queen. So you guys should be happy that you got us.
Okay, I don't agree.
Yeah. We agreed earlier, but I guess it went downhill from there.
I believe it goes both ways.
You ever see a country start a war over a king? It's normally the queen.
Okay.
Like I said.
Okay. But
look, ladies.
What? No, ladies.
Stop tripping on your friend. Your roommate is married. Your friend is married. Your co-workers are married or engaged, and you're not. Okay, wait until you're ready.
Handle that business, ladies. Ladies, don't listen to her.
Wait until you're ready. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses or the Beckys or the Lisas or anybody else. And that's why divorce rate is so high.
Ladies, okay, she gave y'all her advice. Look at this advice here, okay?
Divorce rates are so high because people don't understand how to fight to keep their marriage together. It's too easy.
But they're doing it. First of all, they're doing it for the wrong reason. So if you're doing it for the wrong reason, why fight? Like they feel like, why should I fight?
I've actually heard people say, "Hey, I'm getting married," and when they're asked, like, "Are you sure?" and they're like, "Well, you can always get a divorce later." And I'm like, "Well, dang,
damn,
like, why are you getting in it? If you get that attitude, you're already going in wrong."
Here's the secret, ladies, and guys. Here's the secret.
The secret?
Yes.
All right, here it comes.
He got that look. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
You don't have to buy the cow to get the milk, right?
I knew that secret. You didn't want to tell it.
How to get the milk? Just go ahead on and get the milk.
Now, since you brought up that, I've always asked this question why do women wear white dresses at a wedding?
It's an old tradition that's supposed to be a sign of purity. But nowadays, that pureness was taken a long time ago before the marriage. But that's
find me a woman, a woman, not a little girl. Find me a woman that ain't been sullied, and I'll give you $100,000.
They haven't been what?
Sullied.
What's the meaning of that?
She's
not
pure.
Messed with.
You want me to say the word out loud?
No, we understand.
Okay, thank you.
I know a couple that was I think they were in their early 20s, and I remember hearing her say that they were both virgins, and when they got married that night, they both sat on the edge of the bed and looked at each other like, what now? They've been married for years and years and have like 4 or 5 kids now, but everybody's mouth just dropped. Like, what?
They figured it out. If they have 4
they
or 5
did.
kids,
That's what she said. They figured it out. But
I'm sorry, y'all. You know what? They're doing something in my neighborhood with this some electricity. Something's going on. I don't know.
Okay.
So I apologize for that.
It's that foreign cable company messing with you.
No, I think what's happening is Putin then started some shit. You know,
You are pretty close to them.
hey, Byron says everyone should go to financial counseling before getting married because after the love and lust wears off, you're two people in business together. And brides wear white so that the dishwasher can match the stove and the refrigerator.
You got issues today. You got issues today.
Oh my God.
Brian's killing it today. Brian.
Well, he is killing it.
Byron, man, look. I didn't know you had this.
Oh, my refrigerator.
I would have took you on tour with me, bro. If I didn't know you was that funny, I'd have let you get on tour with me, bro. That's cool. Hey, Byron, where you at anyway, man? I want to come see you. I'm gonna fly up there. I want to come see you. Let's go. Let's go.
Byron do?
Oh, hold up. Wait a minute. He ain't here. So let's go to another question. Jeff.
So that kind of ties into the other question about living together before marriage.
All the questions kind of
Byron said he lives in Chicago. Okay, bro. I'm going to meet up with you one day. How do you feel about what you say, Gina? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. You all have to
that ties into the question.
Jacking up.
That ties into the question: is it better to live together before you get married?
Yeah, why not? What? Am I wrong? Okay, Marcella.
Yes, Gregory.
Hold up, wait a minute. Let's bring Ms. Doubtfire in it. Give us some words of wisdom on that subject right now. Come on, do that for us, please.
Okay, I'm going to go with how society thinks. Society says that it's okay to live together before marriage because then you actually really get to know someone better, actually living in their space, their little quirks. You know, do they not like to take showers? Do they wake up in the morning and want to kiss or whatever without brushing their teeth? Are they messy? Are they not messy? Do they pay their bills on time or do they pay their bills at all? Now, biblically, and then of course, if you're married, more 99.99999% of the time, you will be having sex. Biblically, they say you shouldn't fornicate before marriage and all of that kind of stuff. So as people who are following the Christ-like life believes no. Well, let me put not unbelieve no, but I'm gonna tell you they're doing that. They're fornicating, living together. So let me put that in there. They're saying that it looks good in front of the church and in front of people, but they're having sex, they're living together, doing this, that, and the other thing. So I think it's a good, you know. In a way, it's better, like because you get to know the person truly who it is.
Let me add to that. You might get stuck with a homosexual.
You're right.
He said a homosexual.
Byron said it's better to live together simply to know if you want to get into a legal relationship.
And then what?
My whole thing
most people that live together, they intertwine their finances, cell phones, bank accounts. So now what?
Yeah, because a lot of times when you get in that relationship, then it's like, why should we get married? We don't need to get married. I got everything here. You know, what's the sense in getting married?
Well, we had this conversation before about living together before getting married, and one of them was about the church. The other one was
society.
Actually pushes it together. Also, if we actually followed the Bible, divorce rate would be almost zero. You know why? You wouldn't have nothing to compare nothing to but that person that you're with on that married night.
You see the way he said it? You have nothing to compare it to on that married night. Look the way he said that. Go ahead, Stevie Wonder. Go ahead, do your thing.
That's hobo sexy to you.
Hobo sexy.
It ain't been hobo scratch. That's what it is. Hobo scratch.
Hobo scratch.
I know from my experience. I like my space. I like my things. And when I was single, if you left stuff over, I took it out with the trash the following day. It's like,
get the heck out of here.
Only time that I live with someone is because I married them. I didn't play house. You go to your home, I come to my home, and that's it. You know. I had a set of standards. If you needed a place to stay, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday,
Might
Monday you
end
had to
up with
go
that
home.
homosexual.
You had to go
Telling
home.
you.
You had to go home.
You know, it's hard when a man leave his shoes. It's hard to get rid of them.
See, listen to this. It's possible to have a household that is run well without the merging of finances. I never had a bank account with any of my wives. Never. They had mine. But
I don't know how Myron worked that out, because I know it never seems to work in other favor.
And it's not just a bank account though. When you talking about finances, it's other things as well.
Yeah,
Because once you get married, those finances intertwine.
Greg, you know why it's uncomfortable for a man to talk finances with a woman to go to her account? Because it feels less than the man when the man has to go and have a conversation about money with the woman, and he feels less of himself than a woman coming through and says, "Look, let's put our bank accounts together." And then that's the reason why the conversation is easier on the other hand.
Well, I had my first marriage. I did with my husband have a bank account together, and he wrote so many bad checks that it fell on me too.
Yep.
So I stayed away from that.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of people being counseled to have 3 accounts. One the joint one for the household finances, and then you each still have your own account. Yeah. That's what I've heard a lot of.
Yeah, in my household, we basically have a conversation. Anything over X amount of dollars is a family meeting, and we have to agree mutually on it. And we have our investments together. And I have a will. We both have wills.
Life insurance?
Life insurance together.
Byron says he doesn't bank with other humans. He's been married for over 11 years.
He ain't been married long enough, man.
He is cutting up tonight.
Yes, he is.
Telling the truth, though. He's telling the truth.
Hey, you know what? I mean, a lot of couples don't want to talk about finances. They don't want to talk about that reality until something happens, and now there is a tug of war.
But
they're fighting over this and fighting over that.
You want to know something? And I'll say this from experience. I get ripped off for 7 figures. And it's the first time in my life since I was growing up that I ever was broke. It's the first time ever in my life I ever felt unattractive to another woman. I'm going, what woman would want to date a man that's broke? You know, so it's hard for a man to talk finances. Once I got it back, it was no problem.
You know, I mean, I hear you, and I get it. I guess I live a different life. I don't know, because these guys had to stop me from talking about money. Number one, I didn't even know I was talking about it, but they had to stop me from talking about it. I guess when you come from nothing and you amass some semblance of wealth, you act a little different. You're more, I guess, protective from other people, but you're more loose with the people that you're around, the people that you love. So that's why I guess I never had a problem with my wives. I mean, I'm being honest, my wives, girls, whatever, having anything in mind, because money is it's relative. You make it, you got to spend it. You can't take it with you. All right. And like Byron, I was just going to say this, money can create resentment. If you don't give it like it's like they want it, then they're going to have a problem with it. They're going to have a problem with you. And I just don't, I try to live my life staying out of all kind of drama, period. You can't do it all the time, but I just don't like to argue. I do not like to fuss and fight. I know when I get to that level, you can't stop me, which is why I've learned to just zen out. As far as the money goes, take it. I don't care, because I can't take it with me. All right. And as long as I know that I can spend 10 grand here and I can make 20 grand next week, I'm cool. I'm good. Not saying that's what's happening. I'm just saying. Guess y'all say, what the hell is Greg talking about, huh?
10 grand.
I'm just saying, you know. But I love a strong woman who can handle her own. Most time, look, in my mom and dad's household, my dad would work at the mill, and he would come home with he'd cash his check and lay that money out on the table. My mama knew exactly what he had to work with. She'd pay all of those bills, and she'd slide a couple of dollars over to him. Period. Women are financial wizards. Back in the day, they were financial wizards. They knew what to do.
Most women are more organized anyway.
Nowadays, it's not like that though. Now, fortunately for me, I deal with the women that I deal with. They're good. They're good. They're good. They're good with their money, you know, and they know how to handle it. And I let a couple of them handle some things for me. You know, I don't have a problem with that. Now, if I had Miss Doubtfire people like that, let me stop. I haven't told my Miss Doubtfire jokes, Marcella, so you know. But hey, look, guys, we have to continue to talk. Let's just talk, man. Let's talk to each other. Byron
We
says
can't hear you.
two people can't hear who? Me?
Like you're underwater
Yeah, we can't hear you.
and you're
Sound
freezing.
like Aqua Boogie.
Two people have to decide on the lifestyle they want and know what each party is going to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those conversations aren't had though in
Unfortunately,
the
you're
dating
right.
process. You know,
You're
those,
absolutely correct.
Again, I'm going to refer to a book, Dating with the Full Deck. This conversation is part of 52
Man, where do you
cards.
get this damn book at? Let's get the book right now. Where the hell do you get this damn book?
Everything we talk about is in that book.
It is in
Everything.
that book. It is available on
52
Amazon.com. Any
conversations.
place you can do it. Yep, it's all in that conversation, and you'll have these answers within the first hour and a half of your date. If you flip over a card and just talk about the cards, but you have to come through authentic first. If you're a player, if you're someone just a gold digger, whatever, do not turn a page in that book. This is all about people that are ready to have someone enter their life that have substance.
Okay.
Go ahead, pull it up, Greg.
Where can we get that book from?
Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles, anywhere that you go. Apple
More
Books.
questions about the book.
Yep, it's about there.
And how many pages is the book?
180.
How many pages does the book have?
198. 198. And the book, I will tell you, buy the paperback book, it feels a certain kind of way. Everything about the book, from the cover to the back cover, even the texture of the book, is intimate.
Oh, so we can rub the book too?
You can rub the book. You can rub the book.
Is it made out of fur?
No, it's a matte material, but it feels like suede. It is.
I know what kind of material.
Yeah, the book feels good. The book, I'm going to tell you, the book is sexy.
Oh, now wait a minute.
It is sexy, yeah, buddy. Yeah,
you have a copy of the book?
Not sitting on me right now.
Okay.
I would have to leave the screen to go get it. I just got my books in today, my author's copies. And I'm going to. It is sexy. It is sexy,
so it feels sexy. It feels sexy. It sounds sexy. Can you take it to bed with you?
Yeah, you can take it to bed. I mean, I feel comfortable if you took my book to bed with you and told me about it, but you can take it to bed.
That's the professor talking. Go ahead.
But it will make sure that someone's around the 15th of February instead of leaving out on the 14th.
13th.
The 13th, yeah.
Yeah, leave before the Valentine's Day. Can't be there.
We can't hear you. I hear Gina.
Gina.
But you're frozen.
That's all I say.
There's a game called, who put that on there?
Ham, Gina.
That's it right there. I was like, is that a real game?
It is. And that's funny when I saw that. Excuse me.
Byron says when deciding.
Maybe not.
He says when deciding to get into a committed relationship, it is best to have the uncomfortable conversation up front so that neither person can play dumb.
And
They still
again,
might play dumb though.
and again, there's 52 cards.
We are on 45.
I'm gonna tell you that this is so much fun right now. This
You
is so
know,
much.
there's a reality show called Married at First Sight, which is so crazy and funny. First of all, whereas you have the experts, a sex expert, a couples expert, a pastor on, and they go through all these applications and choose couples that they think would make a good couple. And then you meet your spouse at the altar. And that right there in itself is crazy. But then they talk about things and it's thank you. And then it's like it's their choice whether they want to consummate the marriage that night or not. Some do, some don't. But it's interesting because there's then they go throughout the whole process. They sometimes go back to the experts to discuss things. And there's one couple on there that was, you know, how you say you need to discuss things up front. The woman in this couple stated that she has a male roommate, but he's just a roommate. And she asked her new husband, have you ever lived with a woman? He said no. So further into the process, a couple of weeks later, they're now into the process after the honeymoon, going to see their home, their new spouse's home. And as she's in there talking, there's this woman walk by and go into a bedroom. She's like, he's like, oh, that's my roommate. She's like, you have a female roommate? He's like, yeah. Then come to find out when they get back with the pastor to have, counseling to discuss things because she's a little pissy. And he's like, well, it just didn't come up. And then only to find out during counseling, he don't just have one female roommate, he's got two. And there's a big discussion on the internet about what the heck. And it's like, okay, when she said she had a male roommate right there, that's the time. Oh, well, I have female roommates too. And then he was asked point blank, have you ever lived with a woman? And, these are conversations that need to come up, just, different. That one up there. That one.
Well, this is a question I have to ask this one before we get off the air. This is going to really be controversial. Would you rather have a broke partner with time or a wealthy partner that's too busy for you? That's a conversation.
Did everybody freeze all of a sudden?
That's the conversation I think most people will have to think about. Would you rather have a partner that is broke, no money, but they have time for you, or a partner that has a lot of money, but they're never around? They're too busy.
Get your broke ass out of here. No.
I wouldn't want to be with anyone broke in that manner. If they're
have the wealthy person who's never around.
Well, the thing is, then what I would have to do is like try to, depending on, well, if he's not, it depends on why he's never around. If it's because he's working, then I would have to figure out ways that we can still be together.
Define broke.
Right, and that's what I said.
Are they temporarily broke because they lost everything, or they're just broken altogether?
Because they just broke, just don't care and just ain't trying to get out and do anything.
Potential has value on it.
Well, there may be some potential there. I mean, maybe they lost their job. They, down on their luck right now.
I can deal with that.
Okay,
my first marriage ended because of success.
Mm-hmm.
When she became a partner at a big time law firm, and her income eclipsed 8 times what I was making.
Mm-hmm.
It all of a sudden became emasculating the husband. And I hate to put my business out there like that, but I found out the hard way. Money will destroy relationships.
So you no longer had value.
No.
Or did you felt like you no longer had value, or she made you?
No,
feel
it was the treatment of it. Before, when it was me that was the breadwinner, home was quiet and safe. Mm-hmm. When it got to the point that when she was making 8 times what I was making because she gets a partner cut of one of the big law firms,
mm-hmm.
and it came into where it was millions instead of hundreds of thousands. All of a sudden, I wasn't enough. And I said,
it's a wrong measuring stick.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's remember what I said about the conversation my grandfather said about putting $1 on the table if you can tell which one is yours. All right, I did that in the very beginning. I should have put more dollars on the table, because what happened is I kept being reminded how much money she made.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, there's a book about that, and it's called She Makes More. It's by Dr. Dawn DeLavalade, and you can go on Amazon and you
Now
can
you bringing up, now here you go.
And that's the name of the
like,
book.
wait, isn't that her name?
It's a cousin. She Makes More.
Let me tell y'all about another book that's out there.
I
Actually,
got one
5
too.
books.
I got one too. Look, Tyrone Gray. My cousin Tyrone Gray got a book.
Okay, come on.
How about
That's an
Alpha's
interesting book.
Adventure by Gina Gatz?
Go ahead. What's that about, Gina?
We might as well put them all out there.
Maurice, what you got?
Who you know
Maurice, what you got?
How to
Homosexual
live.
Yeah, y'all go look. Go check out my cousin Tyrone Gray.
Just quietly slid that in there as if we wouldn't recognize the name.
Well, I thought about that. I was like, wait, no way I could have put that, but Dr. Dawn DeLavalade.
That's
She Makes More. And because you know that's something in a lot of relationships when the woman makes more. Sometimes it's and then sometimes it's not, like you said, you know, things start being put in your face or so. That's not always the thing. Sometimes it's the men who feel less of a man. I'm not saying that for you.
Sometimes
Professor.
it is the man.
Yeah. And sometimes it is. And then sometimes definitely. Because he feels like, oh, okay. And
where's her book at?
Amazon. I believe you can get it off of Amazon.
I'm gonna start me a publishing company. Y'all can put
She Makes More. Dr. Dawn DeLavalade.
But it damn sure can finance the search.
Okay now. He is on it tonight. Woo! Wow. Okay. I gotta go back in the comments and
Y'all funny, but you know, seriously, you know, we clown a lot and joke and this and that. Okay, but you know, hey, make sure you go to Amazon, check out the Kevin's book and Marcel cousin's book and Gina's with the Alpha's Adventures, and you know, Maurice, he can read books and just
Well, you didn't read Mo's book, Dr. Seuss Got Lost in the Hood?
Okay, Mac. All right.
That's one. He said, "You don't know me."
My Maurice alone. That's my brother.
That's the first time Maurice raised his voice.
Like that. I'm back at you. I got something for you.
That's the first time we heard him raise his voice.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this guy said, man. Look, Kevin, I can talk about it because I know him. You don't know this dude. You don't know it. Hold on. You getting the
big friend.
Wait.
You don't know him.
And he was cool about it. He's like, okay.
I know Maurice. Look, Maurice ain't never.
Maurice, you texting me now?
That's two.
Like that.
That's two.
He said,
let the instigate over there.
When you least
that's two.
expect
Come on, do another 3.
Expect it.
We got 3 minutes. That's 2. Hey, Kevin, finish him off. Oh, no, I'm just joking.
Say what?
We had a good time, y'all. This is relationships. We just crazy. That's we love it.
I'm ready for that jacket now.
Got the jacket now.
I'm ready for the jacket.
I won't put up no jacket.
No. She gonna put the straight jacket.
Her jacket.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna put that jacket on. Counselor doesn't end like that.
You gonna send him to counseling, Mo?
No, I think she's straight. She good.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. It takes a special dude to stay with her, without a doubt. She got strength beyond strength without strength, and you know it. I know. I'm gonna tell you something. Just from us being together, as long as we've been together on this show, I know this dude got to be super special. First time I heard him talking to her on that and saw her face, I was like, yeah, boy, this dude, he got it wrapped up. You know.
I wish I had somebody to wrap me up.
No, you just kicked him to the curb on the 13th.
Hey,
Okay, let's close.
hey, look. Cupping season is over.
Let's
That's
close.
what
Wait
you
till
get.
October.
Let's close it out now.
Maurice, give us something to go on, bro.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, like I tell you every time in relationship, communication is the king. I mean, if you can't communicate, once all that sex stuff and everything's gone, guess what? You want to get divorced at 65, you know, or 45 at that. Because once that well is dried up, that's it. You got to have somebody that you like spending your time with just as much as having a good conversation with.
Right on. Marcella Della Avalade with the books.
Okay.
Delavalade.
I can't see.
It's not small sign. A.
Did you fart?
Get what?
I thought I heard somebody poop. Go ahead.
It wasn't me.
She corrected me.
Get to know the person before, when you're trying to get into a relationship. Take time to get to know the person. Love the person in the manner that you would like to be loved. If you don't like to be lied to, don't lie to someone else. If you don't like to be disrespected, don't disrespect the other person. Also know that everyone is different. Everyone has a different background and the manner that they were raised and in role models as far as relationships go. Everyone is different. Get to know the person, and again, just love people in the manner that you would like to be loved.
Mr. McLemore.
Hey, I'm going to keep it real simple. Love is complicated. You have to be authentic when you enter a relationship. So make sure you know you before you get to know him or her. And do not invite anyone into your space until you are prepared to love unconditionally without any hesitation, reservation, or discrimination based on present, current, or past relationships. Just be authentic. Love does conquer all.
There you go. Before we go to Gina, last comment from Byron. When thinking about relationships, always remember that there's a screw for every nut. All right.
He need to be on the next relationship show.
And now let's go to Gina.
I can't even top that. I don't even know what to say. Look, just make sure you're ready to get into a committed relationship. It's not a game. These are two human beings with feelings, hearts, blood pumping through their veins. Don't go in thinking, if it doesn't work, we'll just get divorced. That's not what marriage is. Marriage should be forever. So go in with that mentality that this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. If you don't do that, then don't even do it. Just stay single.
We talk about relationships every week, and we come up with these great questions that test our minds and see exactly where we're at and where we stand and where we could be when we get into a committed situation. Don't bring anybody into a situation with you if you're not whole yourself. In order to be with someone else and to love somebody, you have to really love yourself first. You can't really give that person all of you if you are not whole. So make sure, and this is just my advice, make sure that you look at yourself first. Am I capable of being in a committed relationship? Do I have the wherewithal to give this person the love that he or she deserves? Am I worthy of the love that comes from this person? Ask yourself all the questions that need to be asked before you get into the relationship. Communicate. That's where you can find the strength to get these questions. Communicate with that person. And just respect, love, honor, and respect. That's in the vows. Love, honor, respect. And if you can't do that, then you'll be by yourself. And that's probably where you need to be. Don't mess anybody else's life up if your life isn't straight. If your life isn't. That's my word. Okay, Jeff, what you got to say? He's not here. Tomorrow we're going to have some coaches, basketball coaches on. They're going to be talking about what the climate of recruiting, what the climate of the athletic response for what these kids are doing. They're going to talk about the academics. They're going to talk about everything sports and how to get that kid to the next level. Should be interesting tomorrow. So y'all come in and join us. I wanted to close out with one more video, but it's already 8:34. You know, we ain't getting paid for this. Did I tell everybody our secret? Let me get out of here, okay? This is Dope Living TV Live, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Peace.